So in this video, I want to show you an absolutely incredible tool for doing literature reviews and systematic literature reviews. So whether you're doing a systematic literature review for your research, for your dissertation, for your work, for your thesis, or maybe you just want to explore a topic in depth, explore the topic, have access to a lot of new literature, understand it properly, and maybe write your own literature review. This tool makes it really easy. It does this literature review literally in minutes. It's actually incredible. I used this way just to explore a topic that was not familiar for me. It wrote me a systematic literature review so I could explore this topic very quickly. I got access to so many publications and articles just to understand it. It's literally like having a book written just for you on your request, a book that addresses specifically what you want to know. And the thing I like about it is that it's not a black box. You have access to everything. You have access to all behind the scenes. You have access to all the literature that gives you. You can read the literature, ask about that literature. So again, you're learning. It's not using a shortcut or just asking AI to write your literature review. So the tool is called SciSpace, and I reviewed this tool several times on my channel before when they were starting out, and then as they were evolving and adding new functionalities. And just to give you a little bit of context for what happened, so I was talking to my wife the other day, and I said, I wonder if there is any scientific evidence questioning or against the theory of evolution. It's not that I don't believe it or anything, but I was just guessing that surely there must be some science against it. I know there are plenty of people who don't believe it. I believe there are some maybe religions that question it. So I just genuinely wondered if there is a lot of science, proper science, that would maybe either deny it or just at least question these claims. But at the same time, I didn't want to go into a rabbit hole and start digging and start watching some weird YouTube or TikTok videos where people would give me something that seems like a fact, but maybe they are not facts. It's very easy in that situation to fall into this trap and start believing something that's simply not true. So I wanted to keep it scientific, and that's why I decided to basically use SciSpace that I already had access to. That's why I decided to use SciSpace, because I know specifically that it has the option to conduct literature reviews and systematic literature reviews. So for me, this systematic literature review that I requested was just for me to explore the topic and know where to look. So to make it quicker and save time, not to browse through the different articles. So let's have a look how to do it. So this is SciSpace. You may remember it from my other videos. There are different options here, but basically this is now their main panel. It's like an agent. And I just want to say perform systematic literature review on theory of evolution. So I just added that I wanted to focus on supporting evidence and opposing views. There is a lot of opportunity to refine these searches later. Then there's different models, I guess, Light, Pro, Expert. I don't have access to all of them. And then you can select different tools. Again, you can specify that it's a systematic literature review, deep research. And I believe I went for this proper systematic research literature review. So then I click on it, and the process starts. It's executing the plan, it's thinking. So throughout the whole process, you have access to everything that it's doing. Basically a lot of back and forth, including some errors that it encounters and fixes, but there will be a lot of questions asked, and it's trying to refine the search. So it will be asking me about research question, for example, which is what we can see now on our screen. So it paused the search and it's basically giving me these ideas. Again, you can refine it. You can have your own research question. I'm just going to click, I just agree to whatever it gives me, and continue to the next step. But as you can see, you can have autonomy over the search. This is very important. This is extremely important. And as I said, you have autonomy and you have insight and access into the whole process. This is the key thing for me. It's not a black box which just spits out something and you have no idea where it comes from. In fact, you have access to everything as it is executing the plan. You have access, I can't remember how to open it. I believe if I click here, that's where it is. You have access to everything that it's doing, everything, all the thoughts or whatever we call it, as they are happening. But you can see also it's generating screening criteria, and it will keep asking me questions. I don't understand half of these things on this screen, so I'll just close it. But here again, it's asking me about inclusion and exclusion criteria. Again, it's doing a proper systematic literature review rather than just a normal quick search of the literature. So you can see different things. Paper explicitly addresses the relationship or conflict. Study evaluates the mechanism or theoretical validity. Again, you can imagine, of course, narrowing it down and inserting your own instructions, but I would just continue to the next step. I was just clicking through it and just agreeing on what it's giving me. Now, another question is about specifying the publication years. So again, you can select any year, past 2 years, 5 years, or anything specific. I'll just agree. There is a lot of questions. In one of the searches, what happened is that it asked me at one point, it only narrowed it down to 4 or 5 papers. In another search, it was 190. But it narrowed it down because it was so specific, and then it stopped, it paused somewhere here, and it asked me, as you can see, if it should lower the threshold so that we can include basically more papers. So if I want to focus on these specific 5 papers, or maybe I want to change the criteria slightly so we can have more. So it's asking you questions, it's making sure that the final product is what you want it to be. Here, going back to our live search, you can see it's found 101 relevant papers, and it's still running, it's still doing things. The whole process, I believe, is about between 15 and probably 30 minutes. I'm not sure, because I would usually just leave it and go and do something else. But here we have insight into the search that's already been done. So you can see lots of things that it was doing. I've already run these searches in the past just to see how it works. So in one of these searches, the first one that I tried, it finally gave me this systematic review that I can click on, and you can see basically what it looks like. So we can scroll through it. It has the abstract background and everything that we need: objectives, methods, results. 107 studies for this one, and then we can just start reading. So it has introduction, it has methods, search strategies, eligibility criteria, everything that a proper systematic literature review would have. But for me at that point, I just wanted, like I said, I wasn't writing it for a study, I wasn't writing it for work or for a dissertation. I just wanted to learn about these topics. I wanted to understand what's being said in the field. And this is where SciSpace is such an amazing tool, because you can see here, and I've showed these options in the first versions, the first videos I recorded about SciSpace, but it would be nothing if it just gave me this information, because then I have no idea if it's true. I don't know where it's coming from. But as you can see, it gives me all the references straight away. And not only that, I can click on that and I go specifically to that reference straight away, and this is invaluable. This is the most useful thing I can imagine. So I can go to any of these sources, I can see what they are, and I can go directly to the source. I can get access to this paper, I can get access to the PDF, I can turn it into a podcast. I don't think I can do it because, again, it's a limitation of my my plan, but you can turn it into a podcast and just have it in your earphones and just listen to different papers, which is also amazing, especially if you're doing that as I did it, almost like as a hobby. But then you can, as always in SciSpace, you can interact with the paper. You can ask, for example, about the results of the paper. So before I decide to commit and before I decide to read it, I can ask about the results. I can ask about the methods used. I can ask about what are the main arguments against or for, or whatever it is, and whatever's the reason why I decided to explore this particular paper. So you can see here, for example, the main results of this paper. I don't even have to read it. I can read it. I can just quickly explore it if I'm just learning, like I said, as a fun activity. Or I can decide to download it, of course, and read it. And then within it, again, you have more references within these summaries. So it's just an amazing tool for exploring the topic, exploring everything you can about the topic. By the way, if you're interested in exploring this tool, there are discount links under this video. So you can get either 40% off your annual plan or 20% off your monthly plan if you use the discount codes provided. And then going back to our article, after going through all the methods and all the specifics of what it did, you have the actual results. So I scroll down to research question 2, for example, about strongest scientific evidence, and here it's talking about fossil record, and then again I have access to where it comes from. I can click on it and I can read specifically this article or ask more questions. In addition to this being an extremely academic and professional article or review, is just such a valuable source of information for me, because again, I have, like I said, essentially a book written for me or an article written for me to explore a topic. And that article is giving me all the necessary information, all the necessary literature. So as I stressed earlier, I'm not talking about just taking shortcuts and saying, do my work for me, write my dissertation for me. I'm just talking about this being a tool that's so much better than Google search or the different library services that I was using, because that's essentially what it's doing, is also giving me the results of a search, but at the same time teaching me about it. So here, for example, we have some criticism, and again, I can go directly to this source and read more about it, because that's exactly what I wanted. That's how it started. That's why I wanted to explore this topic. So I asked, for example, what is the main argument made against the theory of evolution here? And I just want to quickly explore what they said in this article, and then maybe I'll decide to download it and explore it further. Meanwhile, our live search is still underway. So you can see there is lots of things. You can click on any of these things. It's incredible how much information there is. It's absolutely incredible. it's overwhelming to me because you can just rely on the final output, what I just showed you for the final systematic review. But if you want to go into the nitty-gritty of what's happening, you can see I just clicked on one of these things. I don't even know what it means. It's one of the databases that is searching. And just like that, it just gives me a table full of articles. Each one provides an abstract. Each one you can interact with, each one you can open, you can ask. So you can also go into each one of them. Like I said, the easy way, or my lazy way, was to just focus on the final output, which has plenty of useful literature and plenty of useful sources anyway. But you can also click here on any of these stages where it's reviewing the literature. And again, you have just hundreds, you have access to hundreds and hundreds of relevant materials, each one with an abstract, each one you can interact with. So this is absolutely incredible. And just before I finish, another thing that you can use in SciSpace, and this is let's say a more traditional option, something that they had before the AI agent that we're learning about at the moment, is just a traditional option to do a literature review. So among the options, you can click on literature review, and again, you can instruct this tool to tell you about the theory of evolution and the arguments in favor and arguments against it. So I just said, what are our arguments for and against theory of evolution? And if I click here, it's not doing this whole work that the AI agent was doing, but it gives me answers from top 5 papers. So I personally absolutely love this option, and something I've done many times before. You could see that in the search history that I had. So it gives me answers. The theory of evolution has been subject to extensive debate, and just quick insight into the topic. So you can see how amazing this is. It just gives me a very quick insight, answers from top 5 papers, and then it gives me the papers. So just like what we saw earlier in the agent, it gives me access to papers, insights. I can interact with each, I can go to each one, and as I showed in my other videos, I can even create new columns for each. So let's say conclusions. I can just click on this option, and then I can click on limitations, and just like that, it updates the column. So for each paper that I found, it now also shows me conclusions and limitations. I forgot how to scroll sideways, so I'll just remove one of the columns. Actually, it didn't help me, but you can scroll sideways as well. Of course, you can keep adding these columns, and you can just explore each article this way. You can have your own columns. You can add a column saying main arguments for evolutionary theory, main arguments against evolutionary theory. And in fact, I went and did it. So I created this new column, main arguments against theory of evolution, and I said in the instructions, list arguments, if any, against theory of evolution from this article. This one is not in English, so I have no idea, but we have here main arguments, if any such arguments exist. Just how unbelievable is this tool for exploring the literature, you tell me. So it's giving me this overview, main arguments, anything else I want to ask. Just imagine sifting through hundreds and hundreds of articles like that. So this is it. I don't want to make this video any longer, but I hope that you understood and you appreciate how in-depth this tool is, and just how many options it gives you. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments. Remember, there are discount links. You can use those discount links to get 40% off your annual plan or 20% off your monthly plan, which sounds like a good deal if you just want to use it for a month to explore the literature on a certain topic.